So, one question you might have for yourself, especially if you don't have any cash, is how can I train without buying a punching bag and all this professional equipment and shit to punch? Okay, so we already went over the video how to wrap our hands, so we're gonna wrap our hands anyway, but we're also gonna use a piece of paper, and I have a piece of paper hanging right here over my shoulder. I just got a piece of thread that you would use for needle and thread. I didn't use a needle, I just poked a little small hole through there, got the string in there, tied a knot, but where the hole is at on the paper, I put a piece of tape. I'll show you a picture of it later. But anyways, that's just to secure it so it doesn't rip out while I'm punching it. And I hung the string from a little planter, a little hook, where you would have a fern or something hanging up in your house. So you can use your mind and think outside the box and figure that part out for yourself or how you want to do it. But this is how I'm going to do it with the piece of paper. If you have a piece of notebook paper, guess what? You're in the business. Alright, we'll go ahead and get to it. Another thing I want to point out with this is when you're doing your one and you're doing your two, the cross and the jab is how far do I need to be from my opponent to hit my opponent? Because if I'm like this far away and I step out, well, I still got like a couple of like feet to go maybe, so I can hit this person. So we're gonna go over that. Hopefully I can get this moving still just long enough so I can hit it. So I don't want to be right up to where like if I'm in my fighting stance and I can touch this already, because I'm going to step out and that's going to put me past the sheet of paper, okay? So that's kind of like ridiculous. So if I step back and I'm extended and I'm like right around here, well, when I go back to my fighting position, I stick my arm out. See, I have about a foot between me and that sheet of paper. So when I explode off my back foot, so if my coach says one, he wants me to throw a jab, well, I hit that piece of paper. I wasn't right here to where I'm standing to it to where he can just grab me, he's so close, or anything, or where I hit, I overthrow, he can just duck or something, he can see everything, he can block and all that other stuff. I'm trying to get just far enough where I can control this fight and not have this person really mess with my attacks or defenses and try to take me down to the ground. Okay, so I'm in my fighting stance, I'm right here, and you're not going to do this in a real fight. If you do this with a piece of paper or an object, even like the wall, if I go over here and do the wall, that knocks, right? Alright, so if I come back, I stick my hand up, I have a foot to the wall, I go like that. I'm not going to punch a hole through the wall, so don't go punching holes through the walls and damaging stuff. You're just barely lightly touching it. So that's why I'm using a piece of paper. But I'm just letting you know you can think outside of the box and use something else. That's cool. But a piece of paper works. Make sure you have your hands wrapped. Alright, so we're going to go for the two now. I'm going to get my distance the same way. So if I go up here and I'm in my fighting stance, I'm going to be back about a foot to 6 inches, okay? I'm in my fighting stance. I'm good. My coach is going to say, Jason, two. He wants me to throw across, so I'm going to go, okay, two. Alright? I go back. I'm in my fighting stance again. One. Take a deep breath, look down. Did I come back to my fighting stance? Fix yourself. Two. One. Two. I go back to my fighting stance every time. If you take a long time between your punches to fix your fighting stance, that's a good thing because you're paying attention. If you're just here like, and you're not ever paying attention to how you're coming back, then guess what? You're not throwing a proper punch because you didn't land in the fighting stance to throw a proper punch in the first place. So you have to be in the proper fighting stance. If you have to go back, square, put your power foot back, come back, get your hands up and look up and down, make sure you're good or look at your feet, whatever, do that. If you gotta come out and freeze on your punches, make sure you got a block here, your hand's blocking here, I explode off my foot, and come back, I look at my step, two, step, pivot, punch, did I pivot? Is my foot flat on the ground or did I do some work and pivot? Did I step on my body on this leg? Is this straight out? First two knuckles hit the paper. It still matters when you hit the paper, first two knuckles, alright? That's the ones closest to your thumb. All right, you got your thumb, and then you got these two right here. Make a fist. Come on, bring the thumb over. All right, there you go. You're ready for business. All right, so we're gonna do a couple drills or whatever. The first one I'm gonna do is just gonna go back and forth. We're gonna go 1, we're gonna come back, and then we're gonna go 2, and then we're gonna come back. All right, that's just so you get used to alternating. All right, because you're gonna get faster at this eventually. So you're gonna go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And if you want to learn to move around the paper, you can circle the paper in a half moon shape back and forth. Try not to go 360 because you want to work like, okay, I got minimum space. Can I do this on my lunch break? Can I do this at home in a small area where I don't got a lot of room because I got furniture and shit everywhere? Okay, so think like that whenever you're doing these things, okay? Because also, if you're in a fighting space like an elevator, you might not have a big room to do all sorts of flips and everything else that you want to do to get your fight started, okay? You might be in a little small space where you're just bam, and you come out, you gotta hurry up and get back. All right, so this small area, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and you just go back and forth just like that, okay? Go at your own pace, go real slow, step by step, so you can learn the moves, and then you kind of build up your speed as you go. All right, so that's one drill with the paper. We'll go ahead and go with another one. This one's just gonna be with a 1 first. We're gonna go just in a half moon shape. We're gonna go 1, we're gonna step back, 1, and we're going in a half moon shape. We're sliding over just a little bit when we come in and out. We're coming in just like this. In, out, so I expand, and I'm coming out, expand, and I'm coming out, I expand, and I'm coming out as a circle. And then we come back the other way. Expand, and I come the other way. Expand, and then I come back. But I'm shifting my feet. You see I'm shifting my feet just a little bit. It's kind of hard to teach or whatever if you go real fast. So I'm going to expand, and I'm going to come back just like that. If you see, I'm kind of shifting my territory back and forth, okay? So we're going to go like this. 1, come back. 1, come back. 1, come back. If you want to wait for the paper to go flat, that's cool. 1, come back, and then you go back the other way. 1, come back. 1, come back. 1, come back. I missed on that time, that's okay. You don't have to stop, have long conversations like this. It just takes time away from training. So you talk and fight at the same time, or train if you need to. So you got that. You got 1, 1, 1 going back and forth. Okay, so we're gonna put the 2 in there too. So this combination, we're gonna go 1, 1. Are we circled around, and then we're gonna finish with a 2, 2, just like that. Okay. So just like this. All right. Ready? We're gonna go 1, 1, 2, and then we're gonna jump back. Land in your fighting stance, you're ready to go when he comes back from La La Land, alright? So we'll do that again, alright? So we go expand, 1, come back, expand, 1, come back, 2. Just like that. So we'll do it again, ready? So we're going to go 1, 1, 2. Okay, piece of paper, we're going to go 1, 1, 2. Okay, I didn't hit that, we keep going. 1, 1, 2. Make sure you got your distance. You get too close, you fix that yourself. 1, 1, 2. Alright, keep going. Relax. You start doing the bounty and stuff like that, everyone's going to want to do it when you're beginning. You're wasting energy. Think of it like that. You're eating energy. It's like the enemy. If the enemy was laying on top of you and then you're trying to fight and get up, you're giving them your energy. you're doing the same thing whenever you're sitting here bouncing around and you're not doing nothing. Alright, so we'll go 1. Take a deep breath. You can take as much time as you want. We'll go 1 again. Take as much time as I need because I'm brand new. 2, okay? Come back, go to the starting position. And my fighting stance good. Am I ready to fight? 1, 1, 2. 1, 1, 2. Okay? So, those are 2 combinations or 2 drills that you can use for training with paper, especially with the 1 and 2, since you're brand new. You probably don't have like very much initiative because it's hard to find all this gear and other fucking shit or whatever. Wrist wraps will be easy. We'll talk about that in the wrist wrap video. If you just direct yourself there or whatever, you'll hear everything I need to tell you about wrist wraps. But yeah, this sheet of paper, another way, and this is actually the first way, wasn't with the thread that I tried this with years back. And I believe it was actually from a Bruce Lee book also. You have someone hold the paper out. So you'll have someone hold the paper out just like this, and the other person will be standing there and hitting it. Okay, so the form that you use, as long as it's strict and you're real graceful with this, you won't throw out your elbow or anything, and you will build up an amazing amount of speed and accuracy as long as you're pinpointing all your punches with your knuckles.